Well, hello. This is Tony Hang with Pdoc Broadcast. Today is Wednesday, October 11th, 2018. Currently at 7 p.m. Central Time. I am very excited to have everyone here today for this first ever presentation that I have ever done doing live broadcast. And my name is Tony Hang. I am going to be your host today. I am very excited to come upon here and show you guys what I have going on. I just want to explain a little bit about who we are, where we're from, what PDOC means, and we'll get started. Well, my name is Tony Hang. I am born and raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota, St. Paul area here. We are broadcasting from my lovely home in Circle Pines, Minnesota. I am very, very excited to see everyone here today for the first broadcast for PDOCs. Now, my vision and goal is to go pretty far with this. I hope to bring back the old school ways of broadcasting with just vocals and going to live shows, do interviews across the world and nation, and bring all of this to your vision, to your ears, to your eyes. So please donate, help me out. Everything that I'm doing here is out of my own pocket for the love of the racing pigeons and the love of the pigeon hobby. So I'm very excited to see everyone jumping on board and watching this. But I want to explain a little bit about PDOCs. What does PDOC mean? Well, when I first originated a name, I wanted to do something that had documentary in it. So P actually represents pigeon, so pigeon documentary. So it can be anything from audio or visual. So it was a vision of mine to do videos. I've had some great opportunities to do a few videos already. If you guys watch my YouTube with Tony Malucci and Manuel Rodriguez from Gallo Loft, it was a fantastic time in Florida, and I hope to do many more and do live presentations like this for the viewers to watch. But today, my vision and goal today is to kind of explain about the phenomenon that's going on this weekend. Now, if you guys are like me, Win Companion is on your phone because it is one loft season. Minnesota, we just finished the Purple Heart and the Gold Band race and all the big races in Minnesota. Congratulations to all the winners this year. But now it's time to do the one loft. And a lot of us, including myself, I've sent to one lofts as well across America. And I will give opportunity and chances for you guys to meet these one loft presentations as well. But the beautiful thing is, right now is the season for Win Companion. And so we are all on our phones F5ing and refreshing like crazy. But this weekend is one of the biggest one loft in the history of America, called the Hoosier Race. And we got an opportunity to meet with Jim today. So we're gonna call Jim on the line very shortly here, and he's gonna tell us a little bit about who he is and what his visions are. And if you guys are traveling to Hoosier this weekend, kind of give you guys an opportunity to see what he has going on for the plans, or to see what he has planned for you. So while I dial Mr. Jim on here, I just want to thank everybody. This is my first time doing this live broadcast, so if there's any mistakes, let me know. And shoot me emails, shoot me texts, call me. Let me know how I'm doing. And if there's any suggestions, let me know. The goal is to get better, to get a better presentation as well. Eventually, I'll have this room set up just for this. But all in all, I am very excited for today. So let's give Jim a call and see how he's doing. All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Jim? This is Tony from PDOC Podcast. How are you today? We are live.
Hi, Tony. Things are going well. How about you?
Oh man, it's I don't know about you, but over here it's quite cold, and the birds are finishing up their molt from their young bird season. But I am very excited about your race this weekend. Tell us a little bit about what's going on over there. So far before we get into this little interview.
It's busy. This is a very busy week here. Preparing the birds for the final race. We had a tough 220-mile race, and so we're trying to get the birds bounced back for the final, get the banquet preparation squared away, and just a lot of work.
Sounds like you're gonna definitely have One heck of a race. I've been watching this race grow every year, and this year has been one fantastic year. Now, Jim, for those that are out there today and they don't know about Hoosier or they don't know about Jim, can you tell us about who you are, Jim, and how you started with birds, and how did you get to where you are now today with One Lofts? Can you explain a little bit about that?
Sure, sure. My name is Jim Ward, and like most of the guys, I started with pigeons because this time my dad didn't have pigeons, but my uncles had pigeons, and I was just fascinated with them as a kid. And when I was about 9 or 10, I started racing pigeons on my own. My parents would drop me off at the clubhouse on a Saturday night for shipping around 5 o'clock and pick me up at 10 o'clock, and then they found out soon that they kept me out of trouble. So pigeons, the pigeon bug bit me at a young age, and like most, I had to get out when I was 18 and find a career, and found my wife and got back in. I think I was about 10 years now. I've been back into the sport. Growing up, I was able to live on the south side of Chicago in a neighborhood that was booming with pigeon flyers. So any direction you went, any alley that you might have walked down, you would see a pigeon loft. So I was lucky in that sense. And again, the birds kept me out of trouble, and I was always fascinated with them. So about 10 years ago, we moved to our new location, 12 years ago. And I have 3 sons now and a daughter. And I used the excuse that my sons wanted pigeons, so my wife let me get them. And it turned out that I wanted them, and here we are.
Sounds like a plan that I'm going to have to pull with my son, man.
Yeah. But my sons are very involved.
Fantastic.
They like it. They enjoy it. They're at my side every day when I'm out here working with birds. And it's definitely a family operation.
Well, that sounds amazing, man. Now, dude, for your crew, for this loft that you have, I mean, I saw the development, and the construction, and the growth in your loft. Are the boys and your family, are they a part of your loft management crew? Then would you say that?
Yeah, my sons work in the loft with me any day that they don't have school and all weekend long. We have a full-time staff of myself, my wife, and three other gentlemen that work in the loft every day. 3 full-time employees, and that's just maintenance. When we go to load up birds to have them trained or have them loaded for racing or basketing, there's 7 of us working on it. It takes 7 of us to basket the birds, and it's full time. There's somebody here all the time. Our day starts at 6 a.m. in the loft. We finish at 6 p.m. And it's a lot of work. Definitely a lot of work and a lot of time.
That's amazing, man. That's truly amazing. I think a lot of the fanciers, and including myself, it's something good that we need to hear. Is that it's not something we just feed the birds and kind of walk out. I mean, you guys are literally out there every day feeding, watching the birds for their health and training them. It's more than a full-time job. It's emotional, I'm assuming.
It gets there, and these birds become our birds, and you start to notice certain birds in the loft, and we don't have time to race our own birds anymore. So the Hoosier Classic birds become our birds in a sense, and we're attached to them. So if we have a bad toss or a bad race, we feel it, and the whole team feels it, because we work very hard to keep the birds healthy and happy. And if a bird is happy and healthy, and it's going to come home, weather sometimes is a factor, but yeah, we do get a little emotional around here, whether it's having a bad day or a great day.
That's great, man. I mean, at the end of the day, we're human. We all have emotions. Like you said, I love the fact you said that they become your birds, and that's amazing. I think everyone that sends birds, including myself, we want to know that, that when we send these birds, they're just not a number or a band number, and that you actually go out there and recognize these birds, and I truly believe that's amazing. And you got a lot of them, too. This year, do you remember stats off the bat, how many birds that were actually that came in?
I believe we started with just over 3,100 pigeons.
That's amazing.
And we have just over 1,500 going to the final. I
Awesome.
know everybody looks at statistics, and last year our statistics were better. However, we have a lot more birds this year, and we learned a lot more this year. We are 6 years into this hosting the Hoosier Classic, but every year you learn. You learn something more. And we changed the course this year to make it tougher, and boy, was it tougher.
Right.
And it takes a different pigeon to win on this new course. And again, we just learned a lot. We continue to learn. One-off racing is a great way to test your pigeons. And unfortunately, in some areas like ours where we live, club racing is fallen away to the side. There's just not enough members. You told me about Pigeon Central, about all the active members you have there. That's great, because in our area we don't hear about it. It's a dying sport in our area. So one-off racing offers these guys to still compete with their pigeons.
Amazing. Now, Jim, I truly feel that this weekend is probably going to be one of the most watched races in American history. Now, there are going to be people flying in and all over the world to watch this race. Can you share with us kind of the schedule that you got planned for the next few days? While you talk, I'm going to jump on your website and show everybody kind of the artillery that you have on there. But can you just explain to us if say we come out there early, did you have early plans, or kind of give us a walkthrough of what's going on?
Yeah, sure. Anybody's always welcome here at the Hoosier Classic. We'd appreciate a call ahead of time if you were coming, and we'll gladly show you the outsides of the lofts. Once the lofts are emptied for basketing or race day, everyone is welcome to go through the lofts. So the next couple of days, starting tomorrow, we'll be at the airports quite a bit, shuttling people back and forth. We have some agents coming in from Europe and South Africa that help bring birds in from their countries. So that's what we'll be doing, is back and forth to the airports. Saturday morning, we're pretty close to Annis Family Loft. It's probably just under an hour drive time. And what Annis Family Loft has offered this year was something he's never done, is he has an open loft visit at his place. And they never let anybody come there, really.
Wow, that's amazing!
So,
Like open loft, huh? Literally, can walk into his breeding lofts and sections and whatnot.
And he'll show you every pigeon he has.
Wow.
So that starts Saturday, October 13th. He is going to have that at 8:30 a.m. Central Time, until the day's over there. If you want to go look at some true champion pigeons, you might want to check that place out. They've got some of the best there. And so that would be Saturday. We here at the loft, we're gonna continue to work with the Hoosier birds, and we're monitoring the weather as well, because make sure we have a good day for Monday. It might be pushed into Tuesday for the race. But here, everybody, if you're in town, you want to come to our place early, anytime Saturday, you're more than welcome to come by and look at the birds, and they may even be out loft exercising. You might be able to check that out. And then Sunday morning, October 14th, Annis Family Loft is hosting an auction. It's on iPigeon now, and it will be it'll be a live auction at another property that he owns in Westville, Indiana, which is about 10 minutes from my loft. So where he's going to host the auction with iPigeon, you could get there from any of the major hotels in about 15 minutes, and from the Hoosier Loft, you could get there in about 10 minutes. And I think he has 60-plus pigeons that they're auctioning off. That starts at 7 a.m. for viewing, and I believe the auction will start at 11:30 a.m. If all goes well and the weather hangs in there for us, we will then come back here, or everybody is welcome to come back here. I'll already be here to view the basketing of the birds for the race. If you have a bird in the race, we welcome everybody to handle the birds and scan them in, and we'll have the wing stamps put on the bird. This will happen at 2 p.m. until basketing is finished. Again, we have 1,500 birds. We're not going to pull each individual bird out to look for a person's bird. Hopefully, as you're handling birds, putting them in, you come across your own bird.
That sounds about right.
We had a lot of calls about that, so that's why I wanted to put that out there. A couple of guys wanted me to pull their birds so they can handle. It's just too many birds to do.
Understandable.
And Sunday evening, the best part of it all is we're hosting a banquet for everybody in the Hoosier Classic race that entered birds at the Blue Chip Casino. And there'll be plenty of food and open bar from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. There'll be some entertainment there. And if you did not enter birds, you could purchase tickets at the door for the event. But if you're in the race, they'll have a list of names there, and you get in for free. So that would complete Sunday, and then Monday, day of the race, if it's that day, Hoosier Classic property will be opened up at 12 p.m. or earlier. It'll be earlier. We'll have plenty of food here, drinks. We have vendors here, which would be Vita King products, Des Moines pigeon feed, Versalaga pigeon feed, and Belmont Feed and Seed will be here with some of their products. I might be missing somebody on that list. I'll try to think of them.
Now, speaking of Vita King, just really quick here, will Vita King be on premises at Hoosier, the race location?
Yeah, we own Vita King. We bought the company a year ago, so it's here at this property. So we'll put tables out with all of our products. Now's the time to probably buy vaccines. So I know they stocked up on vaccines here. They've got stuff everywhere here. So plenty of products to look at and purchase if you need to, and those will be set out for everybody to look at.
Amazing. Well, thank you for that. Sounds like it's going to be an action-packed couple days, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see all the fanciers all together in one party.
We've got I hate to pick people out by name, but the same week is the Chicago convention, so the AU convention in Chicago, and Andy Walclaw, a good friend of mine, he's bringing in some European lofts, Yelly Rosiers, Bert Gurnicks, if I'm saying the names right. So there's some top pigeon fanciers that'll be here at the Hoosier for the race. So you're welcome to come out and meet some of the greats from Europe as well. But remember, some of the best flyers and breeders are right here in America too.
That's right.
And you'll be here, and they'll be here. And that's why I got into one loft racing, is because you pick a name, you pick a Baldwin and Tilson or a Greek Connection or APC or even Gannis. These are names you can't compete against unless you're in their club or. So those are the guys you want to beat, because they're some of the best. And I know I left out a bunch of names, but that's why I fly one loft races. Of course, prize money is always nice, but if you can beat one of those names, and there's dozens of other top fanciers, if you can beat them, that's a good day.
It's another day. That's right. That's amazing. Yeah. Say, now, I know I'm not trying to take a lot more of your time, just a couple more questions, and then we'll let you go. Now, I'm pretty sure the number one question that everyone's asking you is, how are the birds condition-wise? Can you tell us just a little bit? Have you done some training? Do you run them through do you do the Vita King program? Is that what you do for medication-wise and for the molt in flight? How are they doing right now for the birds' condition?
Okay, I'm happy with the condition of the birds right now, and I'm in the loft every day for feeding. I don't clean the lofts. I have other people that clean the lofts, but I'm hands-on with feeding and watering of the birds. And then every evening I walk through the lofts again to make sure the birds, and I'm out there for any loft exercising or road tosses. Nobody trains any of the birds but myself. I don't hire anybody to take the birds out. That's done by me. Just in case there's ever a mistake made, I can't blame anybody but myself. So today I was with the birds for a couple of hours there, and I try to handle birds every day to gauge how they feel and how they're coming into form. I'm happy where they're at. I'm really happy. The molt on 95% of the birds is finished, complete. We do have some of the birds in from other countries that didn't catch up quite as well. And then you always have the oddball birds that their molt didn't go as good.
Right.
But
right.
95% of the birds are done. They're perfect. And the body weight is there, the muscle is there, and with what we feed them, we feed Versalaga feed. We do add in our own hemp and our safflower and corn. You know, the colder weather, like you said, it's getting cold there in Minnesota. It's very cold here. No temperature drops. We do add corn to the feed. By the weekend, the birds will blow out very nicely, and they'll be ready to go. One thing about these birds is they've got so much wing time. I mean, our training was terrible. I mean, honestly, the training before the season started, the birds had a lot of wing time then. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Tosses that the birds should have been home in 45 minutes to an hour. It was an hour and a half, 2 hours on some of them. They have a lot of wing time. And the races this year, over the years, people said, oh, the course is too easy. You need a harder course. So we changed the course. And guess what?
They got what they wanted, right?
Yeah, now they're regretting that they wanted it. So it's a harder course. And this group of birds here, they handle it good. These are some tough pigeons. Our last race, we had a 220. And it was a blow home. And as soon as I seen the first two pigeons, and congratulations to Rick Nanez for winning the race. He won the race very good. Once I seen the first two pigeons, I said, we're in trouble. The direction that they came from. And sure enough, they blew over and had to come back, which was something they weren't used to. Because every race, every trainer they had, with the exception of maybe one, they had headwinds. This whole season was headwinds, and these pigeons, in my opinion, didn't know how to take that tailwind on the last race. But nonetheless, a great group of pigeons made it back. Many pigeons came in the next day, and they bounced right back. We do use some VitaKing products on them. As far as medicine, there's no need for medicine in the season right now where they're at. We will treat for a respiratory after races for a couple of days, and then we flush them with the cleansing tea and barley. We use a lot of barley early in the week to deplete the pigeon, so we build them back up. And we put so much high energy mix into these pigeons because these races have been tough. So when they come home, you really got to drain them. You got to deplete them, and I don't know if anybody out there ever uses if you start feeding the fatty seeds too early in the week, they're not going to eat at the end of the week when you need them to. And that's what we do. We monitor everything, and I really do think the birds are in right where we need them to be at this point.
Well, that's amazing, man. I love the fact that you're so detailed in everything that you say and everything that you have given us. And I'm wishing everybody 100% luck for this weekend. It's going to be a life changer to someone or some group of people, and it's going to be amazing. Now, Jim, I'm very excited to see this race. I'm pretty sure every one of us are going to have some worn down FI keys from Refreshing Wind Companion. But before I let you go, can you just share really quick about your vision for 2019? I know I've seen some flyers out there. The first prize guarantee, $500,000. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And last but not least, can you give a word of encouragement to our beginners that are out there, that are interested in doing one lofts? Give them like a tip or so, because I know you've seen all sorts of birds come in. I'm pretty sure you've seen old ones. You've seen young ones. You've seen all sorts of things. Give us a tip and we'll go from there. So give us your vision and give us a tip.
Okay. Yeah. So next year we're going to guarantee a total of 1,267,000 in prizes. 500,000 of that will be first place. We believe it'll be the biggest payout in pigeon racing history, and I do believe we'll get the entries for it. We're guaranteeing it. So if we fall short, it's on us. We changed the design of the race a little bit. This year was $350 a pigeon up front. That's a little hard on the guys sometimes, so we lowered it to $250 a bird. So a 4-bird team for $1,000. If you do a single entry, it'll be $350. We're hoping people take advantage of the 4-bird team for $1,000, and then after the 100-mile activation, it will be $500 a bird. There are many, many good, great races out there, but we do believe for the entry fee, it's the cheapest entry fee you can find to win those kind of prizes that we're going to offer. It'll be a total of $750 a pigeon when you're done, and you have a chance of taking home $500,000. You won't find that anywhere else.
And that's
you just won't.
That's amazing because one thing you said that's very bold is it's guaranteed. It's not based upon 200 entries or 500 entries. It doesn't matter. You, Jim, are guaranteeing first place, $500,000, short or not. You're guaranteeing that. That's correct.
That's correct.
That's amazing.
We don't make a dime at this until we get the birds to the race, and if our numbers fall short, it comes out of our pocket. You won't find another race that'll do this. We took a big risk this year, and we're going to do it again next year.
That's amazing, man. Wow.
My family thinks I'm crazy, but it's here. North America, for lack of a better word, is the mecca of one-loft racing, and it's here. Let's put North America on the stage with the rest of the world. You know.
That's amazing.
And I'm not knocking any race. There are great races everywhere. I fly many one-loft races, and you'll never hear me talk bad about a one. I just know $500,000 for first for the amount of money it costs to play. You're not going to find a better race at that price. You know.
Amazing.
It'll be a lot of fun, and I really think we'll get a minimum of 4,000 pigeons next year. We changed a bunch of advertising in other countries. We took on more agents. Believe it or not, and a big thank you goes out to the American flyers, Canada, Mexico, and America, of course. But the American fancier pretty much pulled this race off all by themselves. I mean, we did have imports, and thankfully we had them. But North America came out strong for the Hoosier Classic this year, and I think we'll do it again.
Now, there's one question that I see all the time. Now, you said with the increase that you're predicting, is your loft rated for that many birds? Did you build it for even more than that? Is that your extension that you've done?
We have over 9,000 perches in the loft.
Wow.
But we would never hold that many pigeons. We're geared to hold. We say 6,000. I really think the true number would be around 5,000. That's what I think the loft will hold comfortably.
Amazing. Now, Jim, before I let you go, one more shout out. If for the young guys that are out there interested in doing one lofts and whatnot, can you give just a quick tip to all the beginners out there, or if anyone's interested in doing one loft, just a quick tip, and I'll let you go, my friend.
Yes. Keep your breeders healthy. Winning a one loft starts in the breeding loft. So keep your breeders healthy. Vaccinate your breeders. Keep them healthy. With healthy breeders, you're going to produce healthy youngsters. Those healthy youngsters, vaccinate them. Vaccinate them twice before you send them to a one loft race. And then if the one loft race is doing their job right, they'll vaccinate your bird again. It starts with health. I don't care what anybody else says. Your birds have to be healthy, and it starts at home, guys. Take care of your birds at home before you start throwing your money and trying to compete against everybody else. And Hoosier Classic is a good race. It's a great race. There's many, many good races out there that you could get in. I would, like I said, keep the birds healthy. And when sending your birds to a one-loft race, you don't need to send squeakers. Your birds can be 45 to 50 days old. I love it when I open up the box and the birds like grunting at you. You know, you think you're going to lose them off the roof. No, we can settle them pigeons. I promise you. What we can't do is once there's 2,000 pigeons in the loft, we cannot. It's hard to baby that little squeaker to come along.
You got that
and that's
right.
what a lot of guys do. They make that mistake. Oh, the bird's too strong. No, most of these one loft guys can settle those pigeons, and the older the pigeon, the better the immunity and the better the health. It starts with health. I can't preach that enough.
Well, that's amazing. Well, Jim, first of all, I just want to thank you for your time today that you have given to us. This is my first broadcast with Pdocs, and I know there's a lot of people watching right now. And first of all, I just want to say thank you for your time. I wish you the best of luck this weekend for your races and whatnot. And, I'm looking forward to meeting you soon. But all in all, once again, Jim, thank you for your time. We'll let you go here, but I'll call you later to follow up. But other than that, I just want to say thank you. And I just noticed one thing before I let you go. I am so sorry. It looks like I spelt your name wrong on my deal here. I put W-A-L-D and you're W-A-R-D. So first of all, I want to apologize for that live.
We'll let you slide this time.
Well, Jim, thank you so much, buddy. Good luck, and I'll talk to you soon, man. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Take care. Good night. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, guys, it was an exciting interview. I got an opportunity to talk to Jim and kind of see what he had planned for this evening, this coming week. Now, if you guys are definitely in town, this is probably one heck of a race to go check out. Not only that, the opportunity to go visit Gannis at his loft. I mean, that's something that I don't think a lot of us would ever get opportunity. And, I'm definitely going to have to consider going out myself to do something like this, to do this view. But all in all, I just want to thank you guys for your audience tonight. I just want to give a shout out to everybody, and especially Pigeon Central and everybody watching around the world. Once again, I recommend, if you guys like what you guys see, please subscribe to my YouTube account and find yourself on the Pdocs deal. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of cool things that are happening in the next couple days here. Chicago AU Convention is sponsored by the Greater Chicago Combine, is going to occur October 17th to the 20th. So the AU Convention is happening in a couple weeks here. And then following that, we have the Omaha Grain Belt auction, and it's the 50th anniversary race for them, October 26th through the 28th. There's going to be sponsored. Both of these races have some spectacular pigeons. All these birds are located on iPigeon right now. So if you guys go on iPigeon, Chicago has brought some of the best imports. And then in Omaha, you have some of the best flyers in the United States. Ryan Jones of the Jones Boys will be doing an interview with us very shortly here. So not today, but I'm hoping Sunday or Monday. Just please pay attention to my website. We're going to get a chance to interview him and see what his birds are like. And then same thing with Paul Daniel with the Flying D. We're going to get an opportunity to talk to these guys live. Because it's one thing to see it online, see a pedigree, hear about the Jones Boys or the Flying D, but to get to an opportunity to talk to these guys, pick their brains a little bit. Why do they breed like that? Why do they send like that? Where have they won? Where do they originate from? It's going to be a spectacular day. So once again, AU Convention, 17th through the 20th. Then following that will be the Grain Belt Omaha, 26-28. We're going to be at the Grain Belt live. I'm not sure about Chicago yet. We'll see how that things go. Hopefully they sponsor me, fly me out there, and we'll do live interviews just like this, but with the real people. But for sure, we're going to go down to Omaha Grain Belt, check out these races. Once again, congratulations to all the ones that have finished the Blue Bucket today. Blue Bucket One Loft. It looks like their final was today. And there's many more races yet to come. So once again, this is Tony Hang checking in with Pigeon Docs. And I just want to say thank you for your time and everything that you guys have given us. Please do, once again, subscribe to our channel. And beyond that, if there's any suggestions, I really, truly would love to hear from you guys and what you guys want to hear. Because truly what I'm doing here is for you. You. Yes, you, behind that screen or listening to me. I'm trying to bring back the old school listening back and just hear Pigeon talk. So that's our vision and goal. So please, we're interested to hear back from you guys. And once again, I apologize for Jim. I spelled his name wrong. We'll correct that. But all in all, I just want to say good night to across America. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned because we're going to have another show quick here soon. And I'm looking forward to hearing back from you guys. Once again, Tony Hang with Pdoc Podcast. We're signing off today at 7:36 p.m. Central Time. Thank you and have a good night.